So what exactly is green light anticipation?
Well, green light anticipation is the first the first of the 6 core principles with respect to green light hitting. And the basic premise of green light anticipation is when you get in the batter's box, your thought is you want to swing rather than make a choice between swinging the bat and taking the pitch. And a lot of young kids, they get in the batter's box and they get in the batter's box on what we call a caution approach or a yellow light approach. They get in there and they're trying to make a decision. Is the pitch a good pitch to swing at? Is it a strike? Or is the pitch not a good pitch to swing at? Is it a ball? And that choice slows them down. So green light anticipation, it's a whole lot harder to teach than what it sounds. But green light anticipation says we need to train our hitters to get in the batter's box on that green light, which is to swing the bat whenever the pitcher gets up here, whenever the ball is about to be released. It sends a signal to swing the bat. And so many times we see young players get in the batter's box on that cautious or that yellow light approach.
How do you go about teaching the actual skill?
Well, one of the easiest things to do to teach green light approach is do no-take batting practice. So many times a young player will hit with his father, with a coach, and we'll hear a coach say good eye or good take or something along those lines. You know, to create a foundation of aggression, which is what all hitters are rooted in. They're rooted in aggression. To create that foundation, we need to train our young hitters primarily to swing the bat often. And quite frankly, many of our classes, many of our lessons, up until level 6 in the green light hitting system, we ask them not to take a pitch. So to answer your question, how do you train them? One of the easiest things to do, among others, but the easiest thing to do is to create a no-take mentality.
So a walk's as good as a hit is out the window.
Yeah, right. And that speaks to the point why is it so difficult to apply is when you work with young kids, you can ask them to don't take any pitches, to swing the bat. But when you made the comment a walk's as good as a hit, essentially what you're recognizing is that we don't just develop, we have to actually get out in the field of play, we have to compete, we play to win, we keep a score. So, a coach says a walk's as good as a hit, he's recognizing the fact that, yeah, you'll get to first base, but what that does is that creates a cautious approach for that hitter, and he has such a difficult time developing. So, yeah, a walk's as good as a hit, make it be a strike.
And normally they say that to the kids who aren't really hitting well.
Right, exactly. And I know your 8-hitter is not quite what your 3-hitter is, but if we're trying to develop a player, at the young ages specifically, we can't take them off of that aggressive approach. So, we're going to have to allow that player to swing at that ball that's at his chest. That might be called a ball, but if he's aggressive and he sees it out of the pitcher's hand, he's going to swing the bat. And the last thing I want to mention here is so many times we get constricted by what we call the strike zone. And what in the green light approach, what we discuss is we call it the smash zone. And we don't really want to let that hitter think that he's only allowed to swing when the ball's in this area that the umpire deems a strike, and outside the area is something that he should not swing at. That definitely will throw that hitter on that yellow light. So we call it the smash zone. And at a young age, we're going to let them identify what they can and can't hit. So again, why is it so difficult to apply? It's difficult to apply because we put competition in front of development a little bit too prematurely. And the feedback that a coach gives or the things that we emphasize with them can create a mindset that can be insidious to their development, something that can actually slow them down. So that is green light anticipation.